So I'd say welcome to an artist talk in conjunction with a Hume exhibition, Such Beauty of a Creature. The exhibition was scheduled to happen at the Sunbury Global Learning Centre and initially had to start online, but will be due to the COVID virus, but we will be live in the space from, I think, the 23rd of November. So this is a recorded conversation with artist Chris Elsbury from the show. So first up, we'll just do an acknowledgement of country. Hume City Council recognises the rich Aboriginal heritage within the municipality and acknowledges the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung, which includes the Ngunnawal and Bullock clan, as the traditional custodians of this land. Council embraces Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander living cultures as a vital part of Australia's identity and recognises, celebrates and pays respect to the existing family members of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung and to elders past, present and future. So we're excited today to have Chris in the studio, Hume Studios. We're looking at, having a chat with him about his art practice. And would I be right in saying, Chris, this is kind of one of your first big shows in public? Would that be right?
Yeah, that's correct. And I just like to say thank you for having me on and meeting you this year. And
we're pretty excited, and I can't wait to see how they all look in the space, because they're drawn on this beautiful kind of opaque card, and they have an informality to them. So we're going to, rather than frame them, we're going to hang them across the wall like we call it the salon hang. They sometimes do in the gallery. So it's going to be beautiful anyway. But so today's chat, we're having a discussion around really why you make art, I guess. So I've got a series of questions, and we start with what inspires you to draw? Do you think what is it that makes you want to draw?
What inspires me to draw is animals, just and just nature itself. Like just looking at the trees and just being spiritual in a sense is connecting with nature and with animals, just breathing and just being around positive people as well. They have the sort of the same sort of interests as me. But most importantly, what inspires me is my friends and my family. So it's what makes me feel to be better. Yeah, to inspire me. Yeah.
It's so great as a maker to be supported by your family. To have people value what you're doing, because I think history is littered with stories of people who wanted to be artists whose families went, oh, well, that's not a good career, you've got to be a doctor, or how are you going to earn a living doing that, all that sort of stuff. It's great that people encourage your creativity.
So I try to kind of avoid people with that kind of mentality. I gotta understand their own perspectives, and what they think, but I just tend to not to take it on board too much and get turned down for what I feel that I think is right in my own sort of desires. So
It's so great, I think. And what about, I know your work is so fine. I know when I first saw the imagery, such detail with the color, and they really are what I call almost photorealist. They're almost very true to life. So I wonder what is it that you enjoy about the actual act of drawing itself, like the mechanical. Like, do you get lost in it when you're doing it? How does it? I mean, do you tend to sit down and just make one image from go to woe, or do you start and stop? How does it work?
Okay, so basically when I draw, I usually it depends on how I feel. So if I'm really motivated and enthused about how I connect with the drawing and specifically with the subject that I'm drawing. Um, I usually go through like a full 5 hours or 3 hours, but I mean sometimes like if I need to stop, I'll take breaks in between those in that sort of period of time. So like I'll take probably a 5 minute break, or I stop what I'm doing and then I just go do another activity or watch a movie and then just kind of just relax, because sometimes I don't like to overthink too much or put too much pressure to myself, because then it's like I lose the focus on uh, what's the name, like
Mm.
learning more, and seeing where I can fix up my mistakes or what I did. But yeah, so basically my artwork is like photo reference. So I like I get lost and I focus on like too much detail, and I just love learning and experimenting, and what does it look like, with that, how that animal looks like in up close, and it really fascinates me, and then that's where I can learn on my drawing as well. So in time later on in the future, I can say, well, yeah, I remember how it all, or how that specific animal looks like in that sort of uh, uh, way when it's, I don't know, however it is. Sometimes I do take track of time when I'm doing my drawings. Sometimes I do lose track, and then I look at the time, like, whoa, geez, well, it's already like, uh, such and such time, and but I mean, it's like it helps me get through the day, and it helps me stay calm and relaxed. So like it helps me kind of look forward to having a good sleep, because I'm using my brain so much, and yeah. But sometimes if I feel like I'm just kind of just falling asleep or something, I just get like, I'll have some coffee or some chocolate or just some snack or something, and then yeah, and or maybe sometimes I just do a little bit of exercise, where I learn how to make sure that my brain's up to speed and focused, So so yeah, it's just like it's all about balance, for me. So when it comes to my drawings,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
When Tell us about the pencils and the paper, like the brands that you like using. Did you take a while to discover your favorite materials, or was did you learn that from other people, or how'd you come to the materials that you like to use?
Well, as when I've started to become more better about my drawings, um, I found I wanted to. Well, I started off with these like normal Faber-Castell pencils, just the standard ones, and then I was just kind of curious, to see um, what other options do I have, when it comes to this brand, and I thought I'd check out what else they got, along with every other brand that I'm using now, and I wanted to see what's their strengths and their weaknesses, and what's the results when it comes to drawing. And so yeah, basically I use as I mentioned, Faber-Castell um, pencils, but I use specific ones. They're called polychromos. So they're like a hard base lead uh, pencil, and yeah, they're quite good. So I've been using them for about uh, 3 years now,
Mm-hmm.
and I also use a Prismacolor pencils. They're like a wax-based pencils, so they're a bit more softer compared to Faber-Castell polychromos.
Mm-hmm.
And the when I found out with the Prismacolors, I realized how much good they really look. When it comes to blending in and with colors. And I did my research more and more on that, and I went into like Instagram and other websites and see how other artists do their work with those specific brands of colors, pencils, and I was like so fascinated, and I was like in so much um, excitement to see, well, this is really cool. I thought I'd buy some and go for it and experiment on them,
Give it a
and
go. Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
And then along down the track, I saw another artist, using different kinds of pencils, and then I'm like, whoa, what are these, and they just seem so unreal, and these ones are this kind of pencils I'm talking about are called luminance. Sorry, Caran d'Ache luminance pencils. They're Swedish,
Okay.
and yeah, and they come out very beautiful. You know, they're quite similar to the Prismacolor pencils where they blend in very well.
Mm.
And so yeah, so basically with those all those pencils that I use, as I said, I like to balance. You know, so and
Mm.
whatever I feel, I'll use whatever I want. You know, to meet my expectations. You know, with my
Yeah.
results.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you source those materials locally, or have you got to order them in from overseas? Like, can you get them through the local art shop, or is it something that's a bit
Uh,
expensive?
with the fabric, it depends on which ones I'm looking for.
Mm.
The Caran d'Ache luminance pencils, they're basically from overseas, and they're excuse me,
Mm. Mm.
they're one of the most expensive top of the range pencils. So they're a bit more pricier than the other two brands that I use. But basically, yeah, the Faber Castells and the Prismas, I can get them local,
Mhm.
and yeah, the Caran d'Ache luminance pencils are overseas. So, but for me, I personally like to buy them online because then I find them more better and much more convenient to buy bulk than to buy singulars. But yeah,
I wondered too, when you said you worked from photos quite a lot. Like, do
yeah.
you do you work in a particular place? Like, you're always inside, or do you ever go outside to work, or how's your kind of studio set up?
Well, basically, when it comes to drawing, I like to work indoors, so inside in the house. Um, so I prefer to be inside because I feel much more in my comfort zone. So it's like my little comfort bubble. So you know, even though I got like noise in the background, I got people talking and doing their own thing. It's kind of I'm quite used to it, you know, because I've been doing it for so long. It's just like a natural thing for me to happen. So, but I mean, I've tried outdoors, but I don't know. It just seemed too strange. But I mean, even though it was kind of nice to do try it out, you know, to sit out with nature and you know absorb the vibe and you know appreciate the serenity of it, you know. But yeah, no, I prefer to have it my way of being at home and do my work. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you go to work where you're comfy. I know it's like cooking. You got to cook where you're comfy. I think same thing. Yeah, I got.
mm,
I wanted to. I know you were mentored by another local artist in your work when you were just thinking about a show. Did you want to talk about that experience of having someone support your work in that mentor role? Yeah.
uh, when I this is like an unexpected feeling. I didn't expect it when I happened to catch up with Gail, who's my mentor. Uh,
Mm.
for me, experiencing and feeling that it was, I was like, I was so happy, you know, like my spirit, you know, and my heart. I felt in my heart. It was just like a really good feeling, you know, like a sense of like, you know, wow, you know, I appreciate, you know, and I feel blessed, you know, for someone to, you know, recognize my talent and truly believe in me, and uh, and they can actually help me, you know.
Mm.
And I mean, it's not so much of a personal gain for me, but I mean, it's like a sense of that, you know, it's just something. Oh, it's hard to explain what it is. It's just a
Mm.
sense that you know, it's just
Mm.
something that I've always wanted, you know. So
Yeah.
um, you know, so
It's
but
very special.
yeah,
I think other have like Gail Humphreys. You know, she's an artist that some people might know in Hume too, because she's had uh, some exhibitions herself. I think she does some sort of wire work, and she was in, I think, the first exhibition we had in the new Sunbury Global Learning Centre there. And I get the feeling she's been on quite a journey herself as
yeah,
a maker, you know, over time. So gives her a lot of knowledge and experience to then
yeah,
yeah to support you. It's great. you never know who's going to support your work, and it's often quite surprising. These people come out, and it's not necessarily your family or even your friends. It can be someone
You least
quite,
expect.
yeah, you meet by chance
Yeah.
who kind of recognizes something in you or your work and says, hey, that's really worth doing, and what about this? So
Yeah.
we're really excited. It's led to the show in Sunbury,
Yeah.
and I can actually see your work, scaled up into murals or something. I've just sort of had we've got a bit of we have a public art program in Hume, and I think we'll be doing murals into the future, and who knows? I can
Yeah.
see.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Anyway,
willing
who
to
knows where it
participate.
could
Yeah.
lead? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think. I was going to ask you, I suppose, yeah, just one final question about what you'd like to get out of, if you like, what this exhibition, like, did you have expectations about having a show? It's been a really unusual year, and you've been quite patient through the process of putting a show online, and then now we are able to hang it as well. It's been a bit of a journey, but what are you hoping might come out of
Well,
the end of this experience?
from my expectations, I mean, I'm learning not to have too much or high expectations, but the most common and simple of expectations I want is just to meet wonderful people, and give out their own personal feedback and their constructive criticism, for my work, and uh, have my mom, my my family, and my friends there that truly, supported and uh, appreciate me as a person, and in my work, and just be there for me, and you know, that's all that matters to me, But on the other side of that is I'm hoping that some people that are willing to, buy my work and you know, just as a sign of appreciation, and you know,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's
Well,
just
we
something that
really
I've
hope
always
to have
wanted,
them too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always
Well,
wanted
if
that.
people people will probably see on the website, if they're looking at this interview, that there's a link to your contact details. So even after the show is shut, it'd be fine to send you an email if someone's interested in your work. And are you on Facebook or Instagram or any of the social media channels as well?
Yeah, I got Instagram and Facebook,
Yeah.
but with my Instagram page, it's mainly focused on excuse me, mainly focused on my drawing itself than me as a person posting photos of myself. But
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, there's like a few photos of myself that are majority of uh the the material is all on my artwork. So with Facebook, it's basically a mix of, but I put my work on my Facebook as well. So
Yeah. This is a bit of a left field question, but when I was looking at all your work while we were uploading the images, I
yeah.
was wondering if any of those animals or birds or insects, if you felt you had a personal affinity with any of them. Like, is there, people talk about having a totem
Oh
animal.
yeah, yeah.
Like, is there something that it's like, oh, there's a little bit of me in the whatever, but I don't know. Yeah.
Um, from what I can think of at the moment is probably the ring-tailed lemon monkey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and another one would be probably the orange butterfly. I don't know why, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I just find it very
Interesting.
interesting. Yeah,
Transformation. Yeah. Well, we hope this show is just one of many moments of transformation in your work, and we're pretty excited to be getting it up on the walls. I think, but once it's in the space, should be up until the 13th of December. So
okay.
yeah. So thanks so much for being a part of the process. And if you had any messages for young aspiring artists out there who are in grade 6 or year 7, or what would you say to them? Say that.
Uh, follow your hearts and do what you do that you love, and be yourself. Sure,
Yeah.
be humble as well. Yes. Yeah.
Wise words, right, from Chris
Yeah.
Elsbury.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Also,
Chris. Yeah.
I just like to say for Gail to thank you and for investing your time and effort and helping me getting my artwork out there. And just like to say thank you, Anna, as well, for helping me
Yeah.
and for your hard work and effort. So yeah, appreciate it. So
Well, that's what we're here for. We're very excited to support artists in Hume, especially emerging ones with lots of talent. So thanks
yeah,
for the chat, Chris, and we'll
thank
hopefully
you very
see you
much.
in the States. Yeah.
Okay, all right, all right. Thank you.